We all know about Easter eggs in Pixar films, but do you know about their secret? Hey guys, I'm Duncan.
And I'm Tony.
And we are traveling
brothers.
You just want to fuck me up today, don't you? And today we are inspired by Pixar's Brave.
Yes, coming out in theaters this Friday, which is on a date that I don't know, so it's this
Right
date.
right there. But actually, it's probably just this Friday because nobody cares about what today's date is because today is the day it's
Well,
out.
this exists forever.
This exists forever.
Just like
but
Pixar
people aren't going to
movies.
care about the day that Brave came out.
They might.
They won't. No. People
What if
don't
we
remember
declare
forever.
war the day the Brave came out?
Why would we declare war against Scotland for their
No.
representation in the movie?
No,
Because
but
it's probably a positive representation of Scotland.
I don't think that. I mean, what if we just went into some war?
You're being crazy!
Maybe the aliens
He's
made
being
contact
crazy.
on the
He's
day
being
the Brave
very
came
crazy
out.
right now,
Maybe.
and I don't like it, and I don't support it.
Well,
Anyway.
this video is going to last forever, just like...
Aren't we supposed to be talking about something?
Yes, just like the Pixar films last forever.
Anyway, today we're talking about Pixar's secrets because we all know, or we all should know, that there are Easter eggs in Pixar films. There are Easter eggs that like hint at films that have come or are still to come.
Like the Pizza Planet truck is in every single movie.
How they're going to fit that into Brave, I have no idea.
I don't know.
I have no idea.
I'm guessing it's going to be like etched into some stone.
Etched into something.
Or some stone looks like the Pizza Planet truck.
We'll figure.
Or a constellation.
We'll figure it out. They've already figured it out.
Oh,
anyway,
maybe one of the like little kids has
we're
a toy
talking
in it.
about things.
Okay, fine. So we'll start with the first movie.
Well, what?
We'll start with the first movie.
No, we're not talking about Easter eggs. We are talking about secrets.
I know.
Secrets from Pixar movies. Things that they don't want you to know because they're not necessarily official. But we see them in the films and they are
These are
undeniable.
observances.
Observances that you can't just deny. You can't just get rid of them. You know, they are...
When we see them, they are as much a fact as, hello, my name is Woody.
Yes. And the first one is Cars. You know,
Okay, that's an easy one.
That's an easy one because the main thing that you think about in Cars when you're watching it is where are all the people? I mean,
Where are all the
because
people?
in most Pixar films, it's these animals, these things in relation to other people,
Yes.
and that's what makes them such great films. In Cars,
I
there are
wanna
no
know
people.
where the people are.
There are no people. There are just. It's a world ruled by cars, and we can only assume
The car's wiped out.
the cars either wiped out or it was some weird evolutionary process, which I don't understand because they're cars. How do they have children? Are they manufactured? Is that, you know, satanic or something?
That is the only Cars sequel I want to see. It's Cars 3, Rise of the Machines.
It's inhuman. It's inhuman. It doesn't feel human. That's why the films feel so stale.
And the prequel would be great. It'd be like the
it's
Matrix.
It's a cartoon world that doesn't feel real, you know. And we just don't like the Cars films in general. But most Pixar films we like. We like Monsters Inc. I mean, it's a little bit kiddie, but you know, you tend to kind of embrace that a little bit. And something that we only connected just recently.
Well, I connected it. And
I connected it and I rolled with it because it's an actually credible connection. The idea that Sully
is gay.
Is gay. Now, don't freak out because that's not necessarily a bad thing. That's actually one of the things that we love about the film is this sort of non-relationship sort of thing of...
he has more of a platonic relationship with Mike.
And you can feel that there is something just slightly there. He has more of a relationship with Mike, this guy who he lives with, than he does with anyone else. And of course, Mike has other things that he has to worry about, like Cecilia.
Yeah. The reason why Mike, of having Sully being gay is such an interesting thing is the lack of acceptance.
The lack of acceptance, yeah.
There, and the fact that Sully can feel alone, and they really mean it that he would pretty much have nothing if he didn't have you.
If he didn't have you. Or Boo. You know?
Or
we
Boo.
don't know what they're going to do with the third film. We do know what they're doing with the second film, which just released a teaser trailer.
Really?
They just released a teaser trailer, which is in like the same vein of Pixar not showing any footage from the film, just being these like little non things, just showing us what's going to be the general feel. So I thought, okay, it's okay for me to watch this. And basically, what it feels like they're doing with the next film is Sully being a bully. Sully being a bully to Mike, which that makes it such... It feels so perfect with our theory, because there is that sort of bully...
Because every bully has
Every
motivation, has something inside that they're like trying to compensate for through bullying.
Yeah.
And a gay bully is a very interesting
It's a very
notion.
interesting dynamic, yeah.
Yes.
Let's see. There's also Up. Because the thing that I always notice when watching Up is that nobody seems to question the fact that a public menace who has been a man who is a public menace in the eyes of the public has taken to the skies and with his house that could crash into buildings and nobody cares.
It is crashing into buildings. It like touches the side of one.
It touches. It comes.
And it
by,
rips off some antennas and
yeah,
some
it's
HD
crazy,
satellites.
and nobody cares. Nobody cares. But we also don't question. We don't question the physics of balloons bringing a house up. That we don't question. We think that is
Well,
generally
because
possible.
Up is a fantasy. If it was a realistic film, first of all, when he ties them all down on that tarp there, it would still lift the house unless it's a heavy and bolted down tarp.
Yeah.
Also, all the balloons are attached to
this little steam grate in the fireplace, and I'm
that
like,
would just rip through the floor, and the floor would be out there, or maybe
and Carl would just be like, shit, now I gotta go to
oh,
retirement.
cool, sweet,
Great, that's fantastic. Yeah.
yeah. So we got that, and then finally we have one of my favorite ones, which is of Toy Story.
Of Toy Story, which everybody knows Toy Story. Everybody knows that Andy has a mother.
But where's the father?
Where's the father?
That's a question you ask in a lot of Disney movies, and it was a Disney movie.
Yes. But the absence of the father is really important to this film because we came to realize Woody is the father. Or in like some sort of metaphorical sense.
Because of how Woody is, the fact that Woody is this cast along rare kind of toy, it makes me think that Woody's father is this traveling kind of guy, not a good traveling like us, but like he left and he like sent a toy he found in some obscure thrift shop or whatever, and he sent it to Andy.
And Andy clung to it as this sort of father figure, and that's where Woody's personality...
Woody the father that Andy never had.
Yes, and you really feel that throughout it, the fact that he will never leave you, he will never give up on you, he will be there for you no matter what. That is Andy's fantasy, whereas the truth of it is his father is very flimsy.
Yeah, which
is what Woody physically is. It's flimsy.
He's just like a ragdoll kind of guy, but he sees him as solid.
Yes.
And that's part of the fantasy. His mom gives him Buzz in the first movie. And it shows how his mom actually has a strong foundation.
And she's trying to give him something that isn't fantasizing about his dad, and something that is sort of some sort of new role model that comes from her.
Yeah. And it's also, instead of like relishing in the past and what could have been and what probably wasn't and just glamorizing it, it's looking forward to the realistic future.
Yeah. And
that's a very strong message.
It's a very strong message, and you can feel that very intimately in how these toys are crafted, and it is really quite amazing, and we always enjoy noticing that little thing.
Yep. I'm trying to think if there's anything else. Incredibles is pretty credible. Yeah. Yep. Incredibles Ratatouille's pretty spot on there. Bug's Life is Bug's Life.
Bug's Life is Bug's Life. They don't have any humans in
Finding
that one
Nemo.
Either. Finding Nemo.
Well,
there is
Bug's Life exists in the world of humans because it's underneath a porch.
Yeah, but
of a
you don't
Pizza Planet driver.
You don't see any humans.
No,
You don't see any humans. They don't affect this world. But
they
anyway.
do because their garbage created a city for them.
And yeah.
So at least that's there.
Anyway.
And Finding Nemo was the second one to have humans in it.
Yeah.
And with Finding Nemo, there's not a lot hidden in any of those because all those are where the story is very.
Yeah.
It's the thrust of it. And with Wall-E, I think the only hidden thing
it's
there is that it's Stanley Kubrick's film.
Yeah, it's very out there. Anyway, what sort of secrets do you sort of impart to Disney Pixar films or
any film?
Or
what
any
like
films,
secret
things
lens
that
do you when you look at a movie? You're like, this is what I'm thinking in the back of my brain. This is my secret, and it changes what the story is.
Comment below, let us know. We'll be back on Monday with our review of Brave after we see it in theaters, and I hope that you guys have a nice weekend. All right, see you guys. Why are we just sitting here? It just makes sense. You screw. You're supposed to be doing this over the outro. That has already gone by. Oh my God, you are ruining this. I know what I'm doing. We all know about Easter eggs in Pixar movies, but do you know about their secrets?
Oh, should do. Try it again.
We all know about Easter. This is hard. This is really hard. We all know about Easter eggs in Pixar films, but do we know about their? Sorry. We all know about. We all know about. We all know about. We all know about Easter eggs. Now my face is cracking up because of you.
I'm sorry.
We all know about Easter eggs in Pixar films, but do you know about their secret?